This lecture is part of an online course of Calculus 1, and I'm going to talk about angle measurements. Basically, what is an angle? Angle is a combination of two rays, which is basically half lines with a common endpoint. So this is an angle. We can use radians and degrees to measure an angle. So radians and degrees can be used to measure an angle. Radians is more natural to use, okay? So as an example, we can have like this angle, which could be 1 degree. We can have the angle like this of 90 degrees. We can have an angle like this, which is 180 degrees. We can have an angle like this, starting at here up to here, which is 270 degrees, and we can measure an angle like this starting at here, and it goes all the way to the same point, which is 360 degrees. Okay, now what is the radian? So radian, as I said, is going to be used to measure an angle, and to know what radian is, we can consider the unit circle. The unit circle. Unit circle is basically a circle of radius 1. Okay, so it has radius 1. And then the angle that is corresponding to the arc of length 1 is 1 radian. Well, okay, so it has radius 1, and then consider this arc in here, which has the length 1 as the same size of the radius. Then the angle that I have in here, I can call it the angle theta. It is 1 radian. It is true for not even the unit circle, any circle of radius 1. The angle that is if the radius is, for example, r, the angle that is corresponding to the length of the arc of size r, then it is 1 radian. I'm gonna show it to you a gift, and then let me share my screen. There you go. So consider a circle of radius r. Then we consider the arc of length r. The angle that is corresponding to that is 1 radian. Then we're gonna have 3 radians, and then all of them together would be pi radian, which is 3.14. And then I have pi radian on top, pi radian on bottom, so it would be together 2 pi radian. Okay, good. Now let me give you a note. The angle of 360 degrees corresponds to the circumference of the unit circle? Well, what is the circumference of unit circle? So circumference of unit circle would be 2 pi, the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle of unit circle is 1, so that's why 360 degrees corresponds to 2 pi. So 360 degrees is actually 2 pi. So we're going to use this fact to convert between the two measurements. Okay? So convert. If you have degrees, then you can change it to radians. Or if you have radians, you can change it to degrees, because both of them are measuring the same angle, right? So how do we convert them? It is just something that is cool. So we say that 180 degrees is equal to pi. Okay? So for both cases, we use a fraction, pi over 180 degrees or 180 degrees over pi. So which one should I use in which case? You don't need to memorize that. All you need to memorize is this one, this fraction. So let me give you some examples. Example, if we have 210 degrees, what is this in radians? Well, I say, okay, I have 210 degrees and I want to get pi because I want to change it to radians. So that's why I'm going to multiply this by pi over 180 degrees. Okay, so this is the fraction that I used in here. And as you see, the degrees gonna be canceled with that, and then I'm gonna divide both of them by 30, so I have 7 here, and if I divide 180 by 30, I get 6. So this is 7 over 6 pi. Okay, let me give you another example. What is 2 pi in degrees? So I have 2 pi and I want to get degree in here. That's why I need to multiply it by 180 degrees over pi. So basically I use this fraction in here. And in that case, the pi here would be cancelled out with that pi. The degree here would stay. And then I'm going to multiply 2 by 180, so I get 360 degrees. So that's why I said that you just need to memorize this kind of fraction, and then you need to figure out in which question you should use which one. Do you need to have pi in here, or do you need to have degrees in here? If you need pi in here, you need to multiply it by pi over 180. If you need a degree here, you need to multiply it by 180 degree over pi. Okay, and let's go to the unit circle and basically review the angles then. So if I have like this one in here, so the angle that I get from here, it would be the 0 degree or 0 radian. Okay, this is basically the unit circle. Then the angle that I get like this, the whole angle that I get in here, okay, this is 90 degrees, which is pi over 2. Okay, the angle that I get all the way up to here is 180 degrees, which is pi. The angle that I get starting at here and go up to here, starting at this point and then go up to here, the angle between these two rays, okay, it would be 270 degrees, which is 3 pi over 2. And then the angle that I get all the way like this, it is 360 degrees, which is equal to 2 pi. Some important angles that you need to know is pi over 6, which is somewhere in here, pi over 6, which is, let's practice it. What is pi over 6 in degrees? So I need a degree in here. That's why I'm gonna multiply it by 180 degrees over pi. And then simplify that. I get 30 degree. Okay, so pi over 6 is 60 degree, is a 30 degree. Pi over 3 is 60 degrees, and pi over 4 is 45 degrees. These one are important ones that we usually work in calculus 1. Now let's go to trigonometric functions.